many of us, but to score against England is the stuff of football fantasy. Today, almost a generation after their last visit, the old enemy returned to Dublin. It's the Republic of Ireland against England from the Aviva Stadium, and it's live and exclusive on Setanta Ireland. Well, it's taken 20 years to get here, but finally England are back in Dublin. It's really great to have you with us on this historic occasion, and one we're hoping will be memorable for all the right reasons. So much to pack into our build-up before now and kick-off at the Aviva at 1 o'clock. A strangely low-key build-up, really, hasn't it? And that's probably suited Martin O'Neill. But the importance of this game, and indeed its historic significance, will not be lost on the Ireland manager. And you can see that by the team that he's named. He's made some interesting selections in his starting 11. Aidan McGeady does start. So do many of the players that we expect will take to the field next week against the Scots when they come to Dublin. No debut as yet, though, for Bournemouth's Harry Arter, who starts on the bench. Wayne Rooney and his England teammates arriving at the Aviva Stadium today. He's only 3 short of the all-time England goal-scoring record, of course, the Manchester United captain. He's chasing Bobby Charlton's all-time record of 49 goals. Roy Hodgson nearly got the Ireland job, didn't he, back in 2007 as England's side, hoping to protect their unbeaten run that stretches all the way back to the World Cup in Brazil last summer.
I mean, as a boy myself growing up in England, wanting to play for Ireland, this would have been the ultimate game to play, and I never got the opportunity to play against England. So for me, this is the ultimate game, I think, in an Irish shirt, definitely.
We know all about the rivalry. We don't get England to Dublin very often, Kenny. It's been billed as more than a friendly, and I think the Ireland players will be right up from the get-go today, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They won't need to be motivated or certainly wound up in the dressing room prior to the game. But I think it's important we keep a level-headed well. There is a tactical element to this game. This is a very strong England team which is going to be taken to the pitch today. So it's important you keep your emotions in check as well and keep a cool head. And that's what I'll be looking for from this Ireland team. Plenty of passion and aggression, but also tempered, a real kind of tactical approach to the game, because they're going to be...
Yeah, there's a few players I'd like to keep a close eye on today. The first one's Robbie Brady. Martin O'Neill's certainly shown his faith in him. It's the third game in a row he's picked him at left back. We know he's great going forward. We saw that against the USA. Can he do it defensively? Well, today he's up against Raheem Sterling, so that's a big test for him. Second player I'd like to look at is Aidan McGeady. Again, Martin O'Neill, it's a big favourite of his. He is a match winner. He's hardly featured in 2015, but can he do it on the big stage and again against Scotland next week? And the last one is Harry Arter. Okay, he hasn't made his debut yet, but he's a goal-scoring midfielder. That's something we perhaps lack in central areas. Glenn Whelan, James McCarthy, not scored enough goals in that area. Maybe Harry Arter could be that man.
Footballers don't like the spotlight, eh? They enjoyed that during the week. This is the team. It's going to be interesting to see as the game develops exactly how they do line up today. We're particularly interested, I think, with who plays on the right-hand side of that Ireland midfield 3. We're going to pay close attention also to Robbie Brady, as Matt said at the top of the show. 3 times in a row now he's been picked at left back for his country. A very strong team that Roy Hodgson has named. They play Slovenia away in their qualifier next week. It's a strong back 4. It's also a very strong midfield 3 of Henderson, Wilshere and Milner. Henderson and Milner playing together, as they will do, of course, next season at Liverpool. Wayne Rooney is hunting the all-time goals record from centre forward and wears the captain's armband, and it's Lallana and Sterling, another couple of Liverpool.
Martin, you've named a strong-looking team for this game against England today. Robbie Brady again, it seems, at left back. Is that a clear indicator of your long-term plans for Robbie?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I don't think you want to read too much into these things at the moment. What we want to do, I think I've mentioned to you earlier, is be aware that some players haven't played for some considerable time. Also keep an eye on maybe shape formation really for the game against Scotland, and bearing in mind that this is a big game as well too. So all of those things into consideration. You've
gone for Daryl Murphy and David McGoldrick up front. From Daryl's point of view, particularly a guy 32, prolific in the championship this year, and a massive opportunity for him now, I guess.
Well, this is a big game for him naturally. I wouldn't want to put too much pressure on him. But it'd be nice for him now to feel as if he's capable of performing at this level. McGoldrick hasn't played that much football in the last couple of months. He played for a half against Northern Ireland there on Thursday. Chance here for him to start the game as well. And the two of them have worked together before, so why not now?
Roy Hodgson as well has gone for a very strong team. Lallana, Sterling, Rooney up front, and says that's a fair reflection of the approach he's going to have today. Does that affect your thinking?
No, not really. I mean, we didn't know their team before I'd picked my own, so we've gone here for what we want to do ourselves. We've gone pretty strong. I wasn't expecting anything else really from Roy, because they've got a game coming up soon. They're beginning now, I think, to get more of a settled side, or certainly a settled squad, and they're in full flow at the moment.
But look, Martin, you've named a very strong team for this afternoon's game. Is that a clear indicator of your mindset heading into this one?
Well, we know it's going to be a very difficult game. You know, we have a lot of respect for Ireland, and in particular here at the new Aviva Stadium. So we know we've got a tough game on our hands, and it was important for me to make certain that we put a very competitive team out. But the beauty of friendlies is that you do have the opportunity to make a few changes during the game, which are much more limited when you're playing qualifiers.
It looks like an attack-minded team.
Well, I suppose that's the way we've been playing, really, and it's important, we thought, to keep our way of playing and our system of playing, and not to start making changes in relation, if you like, to the opponent or to the magnitude of this game. We wanted to play in a way which will also help us, we hope, next Sunday when we play against Slovenia. So we wanted to keep a uniformity, if you like, in terms of our playing style.
It was very
Welcome back. We are all set to go. All set, that is, after we welcome back to Dublin and to Lansdowne Road this great man, Jack Charlton. What an ovation for Ireland's former manager. He took charge, of course, for the glory years, the halcyon days of Irish football, 86 to 95. 94 games he was in charge, and I think everyone in the room and the stadium here can say that that man was central to so many of our memories through the years. So many times we said, where were you when X, Y and Z happened? And Jack Charlton was there. Very, very emotional scenes in the last couple of minutes. Ole, ole rings around the stadium, and it's great to see him back in Dublin, and he's loving every single minute of it. And why shouldn't he? Because
the Republic of Ireland and England meet for the first time in 2 years, but for the first time on Irish soil in 20, and for the players, and maybe even more so the fans, Keith, this very much more than just a friendly.
I think it's quite a historical day, I really do. We spoke before about there's a whole generation of kids that have grown up missing out on these games. I was quite fortunate around 88, 90, 91, where you got spoiled with these encounters of great rivalry, and I think it's a fantastic occasion here this afternoon.
Well, fans of all generations at the Aviva today, many we spoke to earlier reliving their experience of Stuttgart or Cagliari, or more recently Wembley 2 years ago. And while Scotland is on the horizon, this very much a fixture all its own animal. Lot of the presidential party, Michael T. Higgins, big soccer supporter, big Galway United supporter. And he will lead out the party that will also comprise of the FAI President Tony Fitzgerald and the FA Chairman Greg Dyke here as well.
The President of Ireland, Michael T. Higgins.
Now the England supporters away to the goal, behind the goal, away to our left-hand side. 3,000 tickets England given for this game, and they've been making themselves heard as well, Keith.
I think it's been a great atmosphere coming to the stadium this morning. I think both sets of fans have mixed very well. Obviously those unsavoury events we seen 20 years ago, hopefully we'll see absolutely none of that today. I'm sure we won't, and it's a really, really good atmosphere here today, and one that I think will be the catalyst for future games at this stadium.
England with a trip to Slovenia coming up. They are absolutely flying in their European Championship qualifying campaign. 5 wins out of 5 so far as they set the standard in their group. And as for Ireland, of course, currently outside the qualification place, there's work to do, starting with Scotland next week. But no one thinking of that just yet. All eyes in Dublin on England as Martin O'Neill's side look to come up with a huge result here. Man in the middle taking charge of all of this today will be Northern Ireland referee, 5th year with FIFA, Arnold Hunter. Down the line we go, John O'Shea, the captain, Kieran Westwood, off the back of a terrific championship season on a personal level for him. And no surprise, I guess we'll confirm the team sheets in a moment, Keith, but that both managers go strong here.
Oh, no surprise at all. Listen, for both national teams, it's next weekend's qualifiers are the be-all and end-all, but I think if you ask the players privately, this is going to be that little bit more than a friendly. It'll be fiercely contested. I think that goes without saying, and I think in an ideal world, certainly for me, I would have chose different opposition, because next weekend 3 points, especially in Ireland's case, England are cruising in their group, but certainly for Ireland next week it is an.
And time will tell exactly what lies in store. Performed by the Islands of Ireland Peace Choir, the North-South cross-community peace choir formed in 1998. Joe Hart may be the exception. You can tell there's pressure on this game. O'Shea, Wilson and Robbie Brady. In midfield, Glenn Whelan will be alongside Jeff Hendrick and James McCarthy. While up front, well, this is where it gets interesting. Aidan McGeady and the Ipswich pair of David McGoldrick and Daryl Murphy. A few options here in terms of who plays where. To this point, at the back, the Manchester United pairing of Jones and Smalling, with Gary Cahill and Ryan Bertrand, who makes his first England start today. Further forward, Henderson and Milner set to be England teammates, or Liverpool teammates next season. And a front three of Sterling, Rooney and Lallana. Rooney, of course, just 2 goals shy of Alan Shearer's national record. Well, the captains, Wayne Rooney and John O'Shea, go back a long way, of course, those two, and they'll be in direct confrontation today. That will be a big... And just about all set to go. Ahead of the game, though, there will be a moment's applause for Ray Tracy.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we've waited a long time for this. The Republic of Ireland fans have waited an awful long time for this. McCarthy standing over the ball in the centre circle. Final checks from our match official as the first chorus of "Come On You Boys in Green" rings out around the Aviva Stadium. We are underway. And Glenn Whelan straight away out towards that far side. And an early attacking platform here for the Republic of Ireland. Murphy and McGoldrick takes over here. And inside take two here, high and hanging this time. Kept in the mix as well. McGoldrick goes in. Foot deemed to be high.
His career and made him the top goal scorer in the championship this year.
In behind Cahill, away by Smalling. Offside flag up in any event. A fixture where maybe
World Cup, I think we've seen the likes of Stephen Gerrard, Frank Lampard leaving the equation, and they've gone with new blood. And I think the real test for them is when they get to the crucial cup competitions. And in recent seasons they have struggled.
There's Brady. He gave everything, as much as anyone, in Hull City colours towards the end of the season to try to keep them up. Coleman now eases away from Lallana. Hunted down then by Rooney. And here is Brady, found by McGoldrick. Sterling looking to close him. McGeady now turns inside into space, and McCarthy makes himself available. To squeeze one through to McGoldrick, away by Cahill. Rooney can't make it stick, and now it's Coleman. Hendrick's layoff. And now O'Shea. Looking for some options. Out to Coleman he goes. Lovely little drop of the shoulder away from Lallana. First by Milner now. Content to keep it. Back with O'Shea on halfway. And now Glenn Whelan. And Stoke City teammate Mark Wilson. A very good campaign for them just gone. The best they've managed, Stoke City, in the Premier League. McCarthy, calm and assured in possession. And time for Whelan to pick a pass. Coleman again. From Hendrick. Ireland playing keep ball here.
It's been a very impressive 6 minutes for the lads. Kept the ball very, very well, composed in possession, looked very, very confident.
And now Brady looks to put McGeady in. Big credit Cahill recovered. Looked in trouble there for a moment. McGeady on it again. Brady. Good movement inside from Daryl Murphy.
Super ball by Roddy Brady. Just see here, he gets it back. First toss, straight off his feet, deliver. Daryl Murphy, can he get across the front? Just doesn't get there, and Smalling with a decent clearance.
And it's another Republic of Ireland corner. Chance for McGeady to put some pressure on the goal of Joe Hart here. And Shane Wilson for the free kick.
Ireland 3. Joe Hart's coming to get it. Is it Jordan Henderson just flicks it on and causes a lot of carnage.
And in the end, that deemed the foul. Chance here for Rooney. Leg to the penalty area. And Wilson stepped in. Referee happy with the tackle. Rooney certainly wasn't. Yep. That's most of the season for Arsenal. Finished it well though when he got fit again. And Rooney can't take it under control. And cleared by O'Shea. Raheem Sterling. Punching challenge from Brady. And Sterling has borne the brunt of that. England play on with Henderson to tease one in. Tempting ball as well, and behind by O'Shea. England corner, but before all that, some assistance and some treatment needed here for Raheem Sterling.
It's the first opportunity we've seen with Raheem Sterling facing up Robbie Brady in a 1v1 situation. Robbie was very, very strong in the tackle there. You just see it's just a flick of the boot as the momentum following through. Totally unintentional.
Sterling goes here from England. Lallana. 2 men out to his left-hand side. He found only Coleman though. And Smalling. A little too obvious that on Daryl Murphy.
Clever play by Daryl Murphy.
The beat from Sterling. Rooney rides the challenge of Whelan. Sterling again. In tandem with Lallana down that left-hand side. Cross comes in. Big shot from Westwood. More than his 17 clean sheets in the championship. Team of the year alongside Richard Keogh is on the bench today, and Daryl Murphy. Leaving up only Rooney forward, and he's inside his own half as well. Whelan clips it up for McGoldrick, away by Smalling, and in turn by Lallana, only as far as McCarthy. To squeeze one through the gap for Hendrick. Coleman started well. Wilson sets it there for Whelan. Now Brady. Natural inclination is an attack-minded player, now playing at left back, is to push forward. And those forward passes. A big part of Martin O'Neill's game as well will be getting Robbie Brady, as we saw earlier in the game, Keith, into those crossing positions left-hand side.
Yeah, absolutely. This left-hand side is the key. You know, Jeff Hendrick will do a job out there.
Thought about the shot. Instead works it right to Coleman. Here is McGoldrick. He's very good in those positions here. Good angle for Robbie Brady. Whips it in, real attempt, oh, almost for Hendrick at the back post. What a touch. Yet to score for the Republic of Ireland. Could today be his day, we wonder? He did speak to us about that Roberto Martinez, second half of the season with Everton, asked him to play in a more advanced role. He found a couple of late season goals as well, including one against Manchester United. A few United players in this England side today. Here's Henderson. Outside of the right boot, lovely early ball for Sterling. Chance to have a dart at Brady here. Raheem Sterling, McGeady back to help out. Jones put in a right wing cross, taken in by Hendrick, who's only got Murphy ahead of him. He's got to hold it and does, and now Whelan out to the right hand side. Coleman seeing plenty of it. O'Shea, there's McGoldrick. Wilson out from the middle. Still with Raheem Sterling and Wilson. And no stranger, of course, to the left-back position.
In, gets his back to him, but recovers very well to block the cross.
Wilshere, who's been quite happy to push forward today. He was selected at the base of a diamond when they played in Switzerland. England won the game, but Wilshere came in for quite a bit of criticism there. Maybe they see him now as the attack-minded midfielder. England set up. Here's Sterling again. Hunted down by Brady. And McGeady there to help that one. Here's Sterling. His quick feet, he takes some watching, and Hendrick did well, as he said. And this could well be the last serious action of the first half now. As we're inside the minute to be added on. That swinging corner this time. Towards the edge, flicked goalwards by Murphy. And then it's Hendrick's touch and taken in by Hart. Then looking to break. Late in proceedings here. McCarthy making sure that comes to nothing. And there's the half-time whistle sounded by Arnold Hunter. And a half where Ireland have had their moments. Daryl Murphy has shown up well in tandem with McGoldrick. At the other end, a late effort from Adam Lallana. It didn't in the end end up troubling Kieran Westwood. Analysis to come from the guys in studio at a half-time, but for now, we'll leave you on the half-time scoreline of the Republic of Ireland 0, England 0.
Set to go for the second half then at the Aviva Stadium. Delicately poised, no goals in the first half, but plenty of goal-mouth action. Most of it, to be fair, from an Ireland point of view, attacking from the get-go. We await confirmation of a couple of changes, Kevin, potentially for the second half. One we're hearing about is Shane Long from McGoldrick.
Yeah, I would imagine Shane Long will start next week against Scotland, so it's important that he does get a bit of game time against, good quality opposition. So, as the lone striker, he's the most, well, certainly the most recognised one that will have that, and I would imagine that's where we'll probably play next week.
Rhythm in the game and kind of maintain our energy levels as we have done for the first half.
Once again to Keith Andrews alongside Des Curran.
Thank you, Conor. Welcome back, everyone. Shane Long, the man who scored that magnificent headed goal at Wembley 2 years ago, on for the second half, as is James McLean. Typical season at club level with Wigan. I don't imagine he'll be with them next season, but he was itching to get on. We spoke to him during the week to play in this game. So he is on for the second half. It looks like it's David McGoldrick and maybe James McCarthy as well, who has gone off. So Jeff Hendrick into a more natural central midfield role alongside Glenn Whelan. McGeady on the right, McLean on the left, and Murphy and Long up front. It looks like your old-fashioned 4-4-2 for the second half then, Keith.
Two very, very positive substitutions. I tell you what, Daryl Murphy gave them a hard time at the back four. Shane Long will give them even more. And James McLean down that left-hand side wants to see more positivity. Power midfield too of Jeff Hendrick and Whelan. James McLean's also got to do that today.
Long against Bertrand, Southampton teammates, and Long wins that one. Henderson spinning into space. Here is Jones now. Wilson tried to nick it ahead of Rooney. Rooney quickly back to his feet, but it breaks for Coleman. Now McGeady gets enough on that to evade Rooney and find Westwood. Smalling tangling with Murphy again.
Hasn't probably been paid at the tempo and the competitiveness as what we thought it might have, but certainly a good outing. As friendly goals, it's been fairly competitive and very, very, very well contested.
Now your man of the match today, Keith?
I think with the changes that have been made, I think Ireland in general, it's going to have to go for Robbie Brady. I said it before, the three players that he's come up against today, he's been very, very responsible in the way he's defended. He's certainly improved in that aspect, as Kevin Kilbane alluded to before the show. And attacking-wise, he's given us a real impetus going forward. Tried to support James McLean in the second half and Aidan McGeady in the first half, and from set pieces today, that's been a huge asset for us to have him in the side, and something that I'm sure will be crucial next weekend when we face Scotland.
Robbie Brady, the three-man of the match today, is chosen by Keith Andrews. As he continues to grow as an international left-back. Martin O'Neill did say ahead of the game, let's not read too much into things. But a very positive display from him today. Some terrific dead ball deliveries, positive going forward in the first half. As you said, as England have been strong late in the game. He's had a lot of defending to do. Harry Arter, another positive today, getting his debut, settling in now, becoming part of the group, and welcomed with open arms as well. And for Martin O'Neill now, it'll be important just to keep that clean sheet for the players as well. It'll be a real positive to take into that Scotland game, considering the attacking threats that England threw at them today, from the start and off the bench. A long look into close Hart. A little wry smile from Hart as he hammers that one clear. Smalling looks look for the back pass. So Long was there. Oh, slip from Jagielka. Walters is looking to get on it. Walters goes to ground and given against John Walters.
John Walters absolutely disgusted, but that was great pressure. Exactly what John Walters is all about. A little bit lackadaisical. Phil Jagielka just slips. We've seen that a couple of occasions this afternoon. Walters straight on the back of him, just gets a little touch. And for the life of me, I cannot see how that is a free kick out.
And I think Jagielka's Walters waves an admonishing finger in his direction, knew what he had to do. He was off balance, in danger of Walters getting behind him. He stepped across, looked for the contact, felt it, and went down. And great cut from Harry Arter. Just nicked off him on the retreat by Phil Jones. And that might be it in terms of the last chance of an effort on goal today. The referee has a look at the watch, whistle in the mouth of Arnold Hunter, and that will do it. 20 years on from a black day for the game here. Ireland and England meet again in far better circumstances. A game played in a very good manner. Competitive start to finish, chances for both sides, but no breakthrough goal in the end. And as has been the case between these nations in recent meetings down the years, it's a stalemate in the end as the sides finish honours even.
Good solid performance by Ireland, certainly defensively, restricted England to very, very few chances. I think going forward, I think Darryl Murphy in the first half provided a lot of trouble. I felt sorry for Shane Long when he came on, and England had just got a stranglehold in the game and started to dominate possession. And latter stages, England looked more likely, but overall a good solid performance from Ireland.
England now off to Slovenia, bidding to extend their 100% start to qualification for France 2016. And of course Martin O'Neill's Irish side eyeing up that crunch date with Scotland here in 6 days' time. They will leave for that one and gather again off the back of a positive result here. Defensively very disciplined as they had to dig in late on. Man of the match Robbie Brady. Another good outing for him at left back today. And that's certainly a positive for Martin O'Neill. No goal for Shane Long today. He'll be hoping he's kept one for Scotland next weekend. Good ovation from the supporters who made their way here today for the early kick-off. And for John O'Shea, senior member of this side, making sure, pat on the back for everyone as they make way. And Martin O'Neill and Roy Hodgson will sit and digest this.